What's up guys, Asian here again with another dungeon guide video. This time we'll be going over Fungal Grotto 1. This is a very simple and straightforward dungeon. You don't really need to be max CP or anything like that to finish it. It's a very quick, clean dungeon to do. As usual, we'll be skipping over the trash mob fights, and once I explain the boss mechanics, we will skip the remainder of the boss fight, just to save us some time. This will be taken from the perspective of a DPS. I'm going to be on my mag DK for this run. Going to move on ahead to the first boss here. First boss comes with a bunch of ads. You're going to have to deal with those ads. The boss himself doesn't actually have any sort of special mechanics. He just has a heavy attack that you got tank has to deal with. Really easy, very straightforward boss to deal with. If you have the Destruction Staff Ultimate, it's a nice time to use it on that boss there. You get to wipe out all the ads and damage the boss at the same time. This is the next boss here. He's the Goblin Chief. Comes with 2 ads. You can take out the 2 ads first. Might as well. Makes it a little bit easier to deal with him. He has one special move that you just saw there. He will target one random player with his sword, create a red AoE circle around that person. It doesn't do that much damage. You should still kind of avoid catching somebody else in that circle. But you could shield through it, you can tank it. It doesn't do that much damage even to a DPS. After you kill him, don't need to worry about any more goblins. The goblins will be friendly to you. The only thing you're going to have to kill now are going to be mud crabs and Dreugh. When you get to that waterfall, if you want to skip the next boss we're going to be fighting here, you can just jump down the waterfall and hop off, and you'll go up to the next boss, which is a mud crab. If you decide to kill all the bosses though, this is the next boss you have to face. He is a Dreugh, comes with 2 additional ads. Might as well take them out. He has your standard Dreugh attack, so he does have a frontal cleave move. DPS and healer should stay away from the front of him. He will drag one random player towards him, like you saw there. It's normally a player that is outside of melee range, so if you're within melee range, he will not get pulled in. Moving on ahead to the next optional boss. It is possible to sneak past him, but it's very difficult to do so you're probably going to have to fight this boss anyways. The only mechanic that he has is that he will summon a bunch of very weak mud crab ads. It's about, I think, a dozen. If your DPS is not good enough, they can actually kill you just due to sheer numbers, but if you have good AoE, then they will fall very quickly to you. No other mechanic to speak of. And this is the final boss, a giant Dreugh. He doesn't have that many mechanics to be aware of. Just like the other Dreugh boss, if you are outside of melee range, he will drag one person towards him randomly at random moments. He does have a frontal cleave attack, so you just want to watch out for that and avoid standing in front of him. At 66 and 33%, he will move to a spot on the map. It's the same spot each time, and he'll start digging and dig up some mud crab ads. Just AoE them down. They're not particularly dangerous. You can pretty quickly burn them down if you have good AoEs. He does have one move that he doesn't do during this fight, but he will kind of charge lightning in on himself and create a red AoE circle around him. Just have to avoid that. The circle is fairly large. The tank should get out of it. Most tanks can survive the hit, but does leave you with about 20% health, so it's better just to get out of the red circle. Very quick, easy boss to deal with. And there you have it. That's the end of that boss. Again, Fungal Grotto 1, very simple dungeon, very good to kind of test where you're at in terms of build and things like that. Thanks for watching, hope this guide helps, and I'll see you guys in the next dungeon.